Okay, guys, thank you for joining me today and the EL team for our presentation, which is going to be on writing paragraphs. Okay, so as I mentioned before, today we're going to be talking about writing paragraphs in a structured manner. Your learning objective will be to use an organizing structure appropriate to purpose, audience, topic, and context, and you will develop an engaging idea using specific details and examples. So this is what you guys should be able to accomplish by the end of the lesson through your assessment. Your language objective is that you will be able to describe main points and details heard in this lesson. You will demonstrate comprehension of text by answering multiple response prompts, and you will explain in writing one of 3 prompts provided using the paragraph structure provided. Okay, so now that we're talking about this, do me a favor, guys. Can you write whatever you think the definition of a paragraph is, and what do you think the purpose of a paragraph is? I'm going to give you about a minute to write in your answers. Whatever you can remember of paragraphs, whatever words come to mind, make sure you add those.
Juan just joined. Do you want to tell him how to join Pear Deck?
Hey, Juan Hernandez, there's a link in the chat. You can just click on that link directly and it should give you access to the presentation. Right now, we're writing what we think the definition of a paragraph is and what you think the purpose of a paragraph. However, I haven't received any responses, so I'm going to ask you guys to please put in whatever you think a paragraph is. And I'm specifically talking to Franco and oh, hey, Judith Lopez, thank you for joining us as well. Ruben, you guys are already inside that presentation, so make sure you're putting in some answers. I'm going to extend the timer a little bit so you guys can write in your responses. Remember, there's no wrong answers. I'm just trying to gauge what you guys know about paragraphs and what the purpose of a paragraph is. Okay, guys, I only have one response of 3 students that are in the presentation. There should be 4 of you guys logged in. Yes. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see the answer, but one of the answers is a paragraph is a group of sentences. That's awesome. That's literally whenever you think about a paragraph, you go and you see in a book or maybe on a sheet of paper that someone's writing, you see a group of sentences. That's awesome. So I'm going to move on, guys, but I expect more answers from you for the next slides. So as I mentioned before, a paragraph is a collection of sentences, and the purpose is to express one main point, idea, or opinion. A lot of the times we write paragraphs, but we don't necessarily focus on one main idea. And so this is what I'm going to help you guys accomplish today. So the paragraph is going to be composed of 3 parts. You're going to have the beginning, where you're going to introduce your idea with a topic sentence. You're going to have the middle, where you're going to support this main idea. And then the end, where you're going to restate your main idea. And you're also going to use a transition if you're using multiple paragraphs or writing multiple paragraphs. Okay, so do I have any volunteers to read this paragraph for me? Anyone want to unmute their microphone and read this for us? Okay, I'll go ahead and read it, but do me a favor, guys. You have the option of actually highlighting this, underlining any keywords that will help you understand. You have different tools on your screen. Again, remember that you should be joining us with the link that has been posted on your chat. So let's start. Have you ever wondered why some students can't seem to concentrate in class? Students require more recreational time in order to better focus on lessons in class. In fact, studies have shown that students who enjoy a recess of more than 45 minutes consistently score better on tests immediately following the recess period. Clinical analysis further suggests that physical exercise greatly improves the ability to focus on academic materials. Longer periods of recess are clearly required to allow students the best possible chances of success in their studies. Clearly, physical exercise is just one of the necessary ingredients for improving student scores on standardized tests. So again, here, I do not have any responses. Please make sure that you guys are logging into that presentation. There's no right answers. I just want to see what you guys think are a few of the keywords in this paragraph. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes so you can start thinking about that. You have about 30 seconds, and I have about 3 responses so far. Okay, that's my timer. So let me see what some of the responses are. We highlighted yes. Okay, so one of you highlighted students require more recreational time in order to better focus on lesson in class. Good. We're talking about concentration, analytical, clinical analysis, necessary ingredients. Students require more to focus, improve. Good job, guys. Thank you for giving me all those suggested keywords. I'm sorry. So basically, we saw a paragraph that includes all the parts that are essential for something to be coherent, for everyone to understand. And so the parts of this paragraph are the hook and topic sentence, supporting sentences, concluding sentence, and an optional transition. Remember that when we talk about transition, it says optional because you might not always have a follow-up paragraph. Okay, so here's another opportunity for you guys to answer and to jot down your thoughts. What do you think is a hook sentence, and what do you think is a topic sentence? So again, remember, no right answers. I just want to see where you guys are at. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to respond to this. Got 4 out of those 6 responses. Okay, guys, I'm gonna start looking at what your responses are. A hook is a sentence that grabs the reader's attention. Good. A hook sentence can be an opening statement. A topic sentence summarizes the main idea, something kind of like the main idea. Good. Opening sentence, that's good, guys. You guys have awesome answers. I'm really excited about this group. So, yes, the research says that the hook is going to serve as a way to grab the reader's attention. A hook can be a fact, it can be a statistic, it can even be a question. And the topic sentence is going to state your main idea or point or even opinion. It should use a strong verb. So here's an example from that paragraph that we read earlier. Have you ever wondered why some students can't seem to concentrate in class? And so your hook is going to be a question in this paragraph. And then your topic sentence says, students require more recreational time in order to better focus on lessons in class. As they mentioned before, they told you that there's going to be a strong verb, right? Require is going to be that strong verb. Okay, so again, now that we know that a hook is going to grab the reader's attention and a topic sentence is going to be the main idea, let's try to fill out this Venn diagram. What makes them similar and what makes them different? I'm going to give you again a couple of minutes so you can write the answer to this. Remember that you have multiple tools, use them to your discretion. Okay, guys, let's get some more answers in. We only have one person that responded. Good, 2 answers. Thank you. Remember that it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to see what you guys are getting from this lesson. Okay, guys, let's see what are some of your responses. An opening statement expresses the main idea. Good. A hook is, okay, you're still working on it. Okay, the topic can be the first sentence in a paragraph. It could also be placed at a different point, but good. Both need to be interesting, definitely. So when you say both need to be interesting, that would be in the middle of the Venn diagram because it's what makes them similar. They give you an understanding of what you're about to talk about. Yeah, good. Okay, so mainly what I wanted you guys to get from this is that a hook is going to grab your attention and a topic is going to state your main idea. However, what makes them similar is that you usually find them at the beginning of the paragraph. So this is a way to introduce your paragraph. And I want you to remember that the hook in the topic sentence should always be at the beginning of your paragraph. Okay, so here's another one. So now that we learned about hook and topic sentence, I keep wanting to say supporting sentences. I'm sorry, guys. Now that we know about that, I want you to drag those check marks that you have on the right side of your screen and put them where you think applies to a characteristic of supporting sentences. Remember, drag a check mark to what you think is part of a supporting sentence. Okay, I'm gonna check your answers and see what you put in there. Okay. So the answers are kind of all over the place. Um, a lot of you checked basically most of them, but the ones that have the most check marks are it's going to be more than one and it provides evidence, and that's actually really good. So let's look at what the right answer is. Supporting sentences, yes, they're going to be more than one. They will provide explanations and support for your topic sentence. So that's basically why why I chose the crutches symbol, because they support your paragraph. They provide evidence, I already mentioned. If they include facts, statistics, and logical reasoning, they are much more convincing than simple statements of opinions. So here is the supporting sentences that were included in that initial paragraph. In fact, studies have shown that students who enjoy a recess of more than 45 minutes consistently score better on tests immediately following the recess period. Clinical analysis further suggests that physical exercise greatly improves the ability to focus on academic material. So they mention statistics, they're talking about a clinical analysis, they're giving you supporting evidence to their main idea. Okay, so this is a video break. Do me a favor. I'm gonna mute myself and I need you guys all to click on this video and I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to watch it. Your 3 minutes starts now. Okay, guys, so I know that maybe you did not finish the entire video, but you probably finished most of it. And basically what this video is trying to talk to you about is about like ending with a bang, with a punch through your concluding sentence. And so basically the concluding sentence in your paragraph is going to ask you to restate the main idea, reinforce the point of opinion, or even repeat the main idea using different words. So here's the concluding sentence from that paragraph. Longer periods of recess are clearly required to allow students the best possible chances of success in their studies. So in the introduction of the paragraph, they're telling you that they believe that recess is something that's actually beneficial for students, and they're restating it again. Okay, so let's do a quick check-in, guys. Very simple. So far, do you feel like this is too hard, just right, or too easy? What do you think? Just drag the icon over whatever you feel like right now. Got 2 responses. I want at least those 4 responses that I've been getting consistently. Thank you, guys. Let's see. Okay, just right. Good. That's good, guys. I want you to go confident into writing your paragraphs because you do have the skills. Okay, so this is basically we're almost there. This is the optional transition. It prepares the reader for the following paragraph. It helps the reader logically understand the connection between your current main idea, point, or opinion, and the main idea of your next paragraph. So there should be a connection between paragraphs when you're writing more than one, and this is what your transition is going to do. Okay, so here is the transitional sentence from their paragraph. Clearly, physical exercise is just one of the necessary ingredients for improving student scores on standardized tests. So it's saying that exercise, in this case recess, is one of the necessary ingredients. Basically, they're telling you, next we're going to talk about another one of those ingredients. And that's how you would transition into that next paragraph. And so this is what the entire paragraph would look like. Highlighted in, I think this is kind of pink. You have your hook, which is the question. Then you have your topic sentence, which is the thesis, how someone mentioned earlier. Students require more recreational time in order to better focus on lessons in class. You have your supporting sentences, which are facts, statistics. Then you have your concluding sentence, which restates the topic sentence. And finally, you have your transition, which is highlighted in purple. Okay, let's do a quick review and we're almost done and you guys have been amazing. Okay, so let's look at this sentence. To sum up, educators must try to ensure that students practice writing rather than just taking multiple choice tests. What do you think this is? Is it a hook, a topic sentence, supporting sentence, concluding sentence, or a transition sentence? Can I give you about a minute so you can actually read it and concentrate? Okay, let's see what you guys answered. Okay, so we got topic supporting concluding. So I'm going to tell you really quick that the right answer in this case is a concluding sentence. And to help you better understand, if you see that to sum up means to conclude. It's just a different way of saying it. So make sure that's why I was telling you from the get-go, make sure that you're highlighting those keywords that can help you better understand what you're reading. Okay, this is another one. However, due to the pressures of large classrooms, many teachers try to cut corners by giving multiple choice quizzes. What do you think this is, guys? A hook, a topic sentence, a supporting sentence, a concluding sentence, or a transition? Okay, we already got our 4 responses, and the majority of you said supporting sentence, and yes, that's what it is. It's a supporting sentence. Let's look at the next example or the next question that we have to review. Sentence, I'm sorry. Nowadays, teachers realize that students need to actively practice their writing skills, though review of basic concepts is also required. What type of sentence is this? Can I get that 4th responder in before time runs out? No. Yay, awesome, thank you. Okay, so we're hook or topic sentence. So let me tell you a clue of why it's definitely not a hook. Um, it's a supporting sentence actually. Um, you can't start your paragraph with nowadays in this case. You know that you're missing context to it. And remember that your topic sentence and your hook are going to be at the beginning of the sentence. So if you're missing context and you're a little bit clue, then it's most likely not the topic or the hook. Okay, number 4, and we're almost done. Have you ever done well on a multiple choice quiz only to realize that you don't really understand the topic? What type of sentence is this? Can I get that fourth response before we move on? Okay, so remember, this is just about trying. Awesome. I got my fourth response. So we have it's a hook. One person said hook, another person said topic sentence, and then concluding sentence. This is actually a hook. Remember that your hooks can be questions. So this is a way to grab your reader's attention to let you know what the topic or what you're going to be talking about in that paragraph. Finally, real learning requires practice, not just style. Exercises that focus on checking their understanding. I'm sorry, I read that incorrect. Let me read this again so you guys understand. Real learning requires practice, not just style exercises that focus on checking their understanding. Is this a hook, a topic sentence, supporting sentence, concluding sentence, or transition sentence? 1 minute again for this. One more response. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Okay. So we got topic sentence, supporting sentence, concluding sentence, transition sentence. We're a little bit all over the place. It's actually the topic sentence. Now, I want you guys to not be discouraged if you didn't get the right answers to this. It's a little bit complicated to see these sentences and know what they are out of order. But if you know the definition of what each part is and you see them in an actual paragraph in the correct order, you should be able to determine what part of the paragraph is each. So now that you guys are done, your final to-do item will be to go into your ELD1 or ELD2 Google Classroom and write a 3-paragraph essay about one of the following topics: the importance of technology in your life, a person you admire, the importance of school or a job. Make sure that you include all the parts of the paragraph, and there's going to be a rubric in the classroom as well for you to revise and so that you guys can check on yourselves. Before we end, I want to ask, do you guys have any questions? Because this would be the moment, and you don't have to, you can either unmute yourself, you can write on the chat. Any questions? Even if you don't want to write these questions to me, you can reach out to your campus specialist and they'll be able to answer questions as well. No questions? Okay, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining us during this lesson. You guys are good to go. I'm about to stop recording. This video is going to be also posted in your Google Classroom as well as the slides so you can review them in the future.